In this video, we're going to cover more complex percentages. In real life, not all percentages can be expressed as simple fractions, and often figures such as 5.27 or 4.18% are going to be used. And in this case, it's better to work with decimals rather than fractions to find out the percentages. First example is the cost of a hotel bill. You have to pay £200 and VAT at 17.5% has to be added to this bill. You have to find the VAT and the total bill. VAT stands for value added tax. So it's a tax that's going to be added to that bill. So first of all, you need to find out 17.5%. What is that? I see that 17.5 is already a decimal. I'm not even going to bother trying to put that as a fraction. I'm just going to divide it by 100 and get 0.175. I'm going to use it as a decimal. And after that, I'm going to try and find out, okay, what is 17.5% of 200? Well, that's 0.17 times 200, which is going to give me 35. That's 35 pounds in this case. So this here is going to be my VAT, my value added tax. Now, the second question is the total bill. Tax is something that you need to add to your bill, so you're going to add that to that original bill of 200. No, not 2, but 35. So your total bill is now going to be 235 pounds. Voila, that's the total. So the cost of a hotel bill is no longer 200. You have to add a certain tax, so you get to 235. That is your new total. Now, another example could be something like this. Imran has 486.27 pounds in his building society account, which earns an interest of 8.21% per year. Interest is something the bank will pay you for leaving your money with them. So at the end of the year, because Imran left his money with them, they're going to pay him an extra 8.21% of that money. So the question is, how much interest does he get and how much money does he have in his account after that first year? So first thing you're going to do is find out what interest that is. So 8.21%, again, I am not going to bother putting that as a fraction. I immediately go over to decimal. 8.21 divided by 100, that's 0.0821. And that is going to be my decimal I'm going to be using. 8.21% of 486.27, that is 0.0821 times 486.27, and that will give me something like 39.922. Now this here, because I'm talking about money, I am going to round to 2 decimals. Always remember, money is rounded to 2 decimals. So I'm going to get rid of that 2, and I'm just going to leave 39.92. This is my interest. So that's the amount of money I'm going to be adding to that account. So what will I get, or what will Imran get in his account after the first year? Well, it's going to be your original number plus the interest that he gets. And that will make 526.19. So after 1 year, he will have £526.19 in his account. Voila. Next up is an increase question. Jessica's salary of £12,000 is to be increased by 2.5%. You have to find her new salary. Okay, we know that it's going to be increased by 2.5%. That means that her original salary, the original £12,000, so that is your 100%, is going to be increased by 2.5. So from 100%, you're actually going to add 2.5%, and you'll get 102.5%. So now her new salary is going to be 102.5% of 12,000. 102.5%, I'm going to write that as a fraction. Dividing by 100, that's 1.025. So when I actually have to increase by 2.5%, I'm just going to multiply my original number, 12,000, by 1.025. And I get 12,300. So her new salary is going to be 12,300. If you want to find out more about percentage increase, there's a video in chapter 10 that talks about percentage increase as well. If you're not sure about how to do this, please go back to that video. Okay, so her new percentage is going to be, or her new salary, sorry, is going to be £12,300. Now, another example. A new car costs you £9,995. You get a special offer and it gives you an 8.5% discount. You have to find the discount price of this car. Again, there are two ways of doing this. Either you're going to try to find out, okay, what is 8.5% of this price, and then I'm going to deduct it from that price. But we have seen a way easier way. Your original car costs you 100% of the price. So the original price is $9,995, but you get a deduction of 8.5%. So it's no longer 100% of the price. You only have to pay 91.5% of the price. So 91.5% of 9,995. What is that? Well, 91.5%, I'm going to rewrite that as a decimal, and I get 0.195. Again, remember, we divide by 100 to get to my decimal. 91.5% of 9,995, that will be 0.915 times 9,995, and that will get me 9,145.425. Guys, use a calculator for doing this. I don't expect you to be geniuses. So you see that there's 3 decimals. I know I'm working with money, okay, because I'm working with pounds. So I need to round to 2 decimals only. So it's going to be 9,145.43 or 0.43 cents. Okay, so that's it for a discount. So remember, when you're doing discounts, just do 100% minus that discount and use that decimal to actually figure out what the percentage is. All right, I think you're ready for the exercises. Good luck.